Okay, it's not working out. I'm gonna need the suit back.
For how long?
Forever.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe is about to get a lot bigger in 2026, and it looks like fans are going to be treated to a bunch of major crossovers. On one side, there's Avengers Doomsday, which is expected to bring together heroes from all corners of the MCU and even characters from other Marvel movie universes. On the other side, there's Spider-Man Brand New Day, a movie that seems determined to take Peter Parker into a completely new chapter while also surrounding him with some unexpected allies and enemies. What makes Brand New Day especially interesting is the lineup of characters rumored or confirmed to appear. The movie already has Jon Bernthal returning as the Punisher, Mark Ruffalo coming back as Bruce Banner, and reports continue to suggest that Sadie Sink could be playing the MCU's version of Jean Grey. That means Spider-Man may end up sharing the screen with street-level vigilantes, Avengers, and even mutants. It's a combination that sounds wild on paper, but it could end up creating one of the most unique Spider-Man movies ever made. Recently, Empire magazine revealed a brand new image from the film, and it immediately got fans talking. The image shows Tom Holland's Spider-Man running alongside Jon Bernthal's Punisher during what looks like an intense action sequence. While Spider-Man is sprinting toward danger, Frank Castle is doing what Frank Castle does best, firing an assault rifle at an unseen target. The image perfectly highlights how different these two characters are. Peter Parker believes in saving people and giving others second chances. Frank Castle, meanwhile, often believes criminals deserve a much more permanent solution. Because of that, seeing them forced to work together could easily become one of the movie's biggest attractions. What makes the situation even more interesting is the fact that the Punisher has mostly existed in mature Marvel projects. Bernthal's version of Frank Castle has appeared in violent television stories aimed at older audiences. Because of that, many fans have wondered how Marvel plans to fit him into a PG-13 Spider-Man film without losing what makes the character special. Tom Holland recently addressed those concerns and seemed very confident about Marvel's approach. According to him, the version of Frank Castle audiences will see still feels authentic to the character fans already know. Holland admitted that the Punisher's tendency to swear constantly and eliminate criminals presents some challenges, but he also suggested that the filmmakers found creative ways to preserve the character's personality without making the movie feel completely different from a traditional Spider-Man adventure. That probably means Frank will still be operating with his usual brutal methods, although the violence might be toned down compared to some of his previous appearances. Even though the film won't be as graphic as recent Punisher projects, there's a good chance his actions will still create conflict with Peter Parker throughout the story. Bernthal also shared some thoughts about Frank's role in the movie, and his comments revealed quite a bit about the character's mindset. According to the actor, Frank Castle is not looking for friendship or companionship. He is perfectly comfortable existing in darkness and dealing with the world on his own terms. But beneath that hard exterior, there's still some humanity left. Bernthal explained that Frank genuinely cares about Peter Parker, even if he would never openly admit it. That detail could become very important, because Spider-Man is entering one of the darkest periods of his life. At the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange's spell erased Peter Parker from everyone's memories. His closest friends no longer know who he is. Aunt May is gone. The support system he relied on for years has disappeared. Even the trailers have shown that MJ seems to have moved on with her life. Peter is essentially alone for the first time in the MCU. Teaming up with someone like Frank Castle actually makes a lot of sense. Both characters are carrying tremendous emotional pain. Both have experienced devastating loss. The difference is that Peter continues trying to find hope, while Frank often embraces darkness. That contrast could create a fascinating dynamic throughout the film. The trailers have already teased some tension between them. Peter clearly isn't thrilled about Frank's habit of solving problems with bullets, and Frank probably sees Spider-Man as overly idealistic. But that clash of personalities is exactly what could make their partnership so entertaining. While fans are excited about the Punisher, another major talking point is the return of Hulk. Bruce Banner has been part of the MCU almost since the beginning. After Edward Norton played the character in The Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo eventually took over and became the version most audiences associate with the role. Over the years, Bruce Banner has gone through some surprising changes. One of the biggest developments came in Avengers Endgame, where he finally merged his intelligence with Hulk's strength to become Smart Hulk. It was a transformation that many MCU stories had been building toward for years. Since then, Smart Hulk has remained Bruce's primary form. Although he occasionally returned to human form to recover from injuries, particularly after using the Infinity Stones, Marvel largely moved away from the raging monster version of Hulk that audiences first fell in love with. For some fans, that change worked perfectly. Others missed the raw power and uncontrollable anger that made Hulk such a force of nature in earlier films. Fortunately, it appears Marvel is finally bringing that side of the character back. Promotional material for Spider-Man Brand New Day strongly suggests that Savage Hulk is returning. This is the classic Hulk most comic readers know, the giant green powerhouse fueled by rage and destruction. If that happens, it will mark the first major appearance of this version of Hulk in many years. The last time audiences really saw Savage Hulk was arguably during Avengers Infinity War. Even then, Hulk had already started showing more intelligence and self-awareness. Some fans would even argue that the truly uncontrollable version of Hulk hasn't appeared since Avengers Age of Ultron, when Scarlet Witch manipulated his mind and sent him on a destructive rampage through Johannesburg. Either way, it has been a long time since the MCU unleashed a genuinely angry Hulk, so his return could have huge consequences for Spider-Man Brand New Day. Adding Hulk to any Marvel movie immediately changes everything. His presence raises the stakes because very few heroes can stand against him when he loses control. Spider-Man is powerful, but facing an enraged Hulk is a completely different challenge compared to fighting street criminals or even supervillains. At the moment, Marvel is keeping the details secret. One popular theory suggests that Sadie Sink's mysterious character may somehow unlock Hulk's buried rage. Since many fans believe she is playing Jean Grey, the idea of telepathic powers affecting Bruce Banner has become a common prediction. Whatever the explanation ends up being, Savage Hulk could easily become one of the movie's biggest obstacles. He might not be the true villain, but he could temporarily fill that role if someone manipulates him into attacking Peter. And that wraps up today's video. If you want to stay in the loop with all the latest movie and series news, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a big thumbs up, because I'll be bringing you more updates on upcoming movies before they even drop. So keep an eye out for that, along with the latest on your other favorite shows and movies. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.